Get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Get those likes up, ladies and gentlemen. Timer's ticking. Last chance to hit those likes. Let's get the party started.
Let's jump into the Bitcoin show.
Oh, man. What's going on, everyone? Hope everyone is having a fantastic day. As per usual, we start the stream with people fighting about SHIB in the beginning of the stream. It's, I guess you could call it tradition at this point that we that lasted the last 3 days. Everyone's been fighting about Shiba in the beginning of the stream. But we'll talk about Shiba a little bit later, guys. We're going to talk about, in the beginning of the stream here, what is so important and why we really, in my opinion, really shouldn't be focused on the Bitcoin chart right now. I don't think the reason why Bitcoin sort of, I guess it hasn't really been stagnant. It's only been 2 days. But the reason why the last 2 days, it really has been stuck in the same spot, and why you're also probably not seeing most altcoins move as well. I mean, you're seeing some altcoins move. You're seeing Shiba move. You're seeing Solana's doing pretty well today. Matic's doing pretty well today. So there are some altcoins that are moving. But we'll talk about the altcoins in a little bit, guys. But all this ties in all together. All right. What is keeping, right, crypto down at least the last couple days, right? We know Bitcoin's been absolutely killing it really the last 2 weeks or so. What are we looking at? Well, if you guys notice here, so this is the crypto total market cap. If you guys don't know, if you're new to the space or you're just learning about crypto now, the crypto total market cap is Bitcoin and all the altcoins market caps combined, right? So it gives you the whole picture of the entire market cap, right? So when we look at this chart we're looking at right here, this is all the market caps of crypto combined. If you look at this, right, you can see what is going on right now, okay? Now, when we go over to, say, Bitcoin, for example, right? Bitcoin is not really at a resistance. And so we're sort of sitting here like, Bitcoin, why are you kind of just sitting here at 54, 55,000? If you look left, there's not really anything at this level, right? We don't have any previous peaks at this level. You know, there's a little bit of previous support, but it's not really anything crazy, right? This shouldn't be, in my opinion, a consolidation area for Bitcoin. Well, I don't think it's because of Bitcoin, right? I think it's because of the total market cap. For two different reasons, okay? If you notice this red box coming across, guys, you can see this has been a common area of a rejection for Bitcoin, right? You can see all the way back here in, let's see, all the way back here in approximately May, right? When we topped out for the entire crypto market cap, that was our relative top. We had a couple wicks above it, but multiple days of just kind of getting stopped out at that general level. We look left, we look right over here. Yeah, I don't know between my left and my right. I'm a pretty smart guy, guys, but I promise you. But sometimes I don't know my left and my right, so bear in mind with me. If we look over to the right, we've also got rejected at this level in the total market cap, guys. All right? And then once again, we happen to be right at that general level again, right? The last couple of times we've seen this level been hit for Bitcoin or for crypto, we've seen, you know, a big dump there. We've seen a decent dump here. Can we expect another dump to the downside? I'm not going to rule it out, right? I'm not going to rule it out, but what I will say is what I'll always start out with every stream, guys. Bitcoin has a mind of its own. If a whale wants to come in, right? If we want to see a whale come from the side of the screen, just like this, if we want to see some whales come in and buy Bitcoin right now, they could easily buy it and they could push the price above this resistance very, very easily, okay? So I'm going to start out the stream with saying Bitcoin does whatever it wants, whenever it wants, however it wants, with who it wants, and with, I guess, what group of whales that it wants to move up with, right? We know this by now. It's not always so cut and dry of technical analysis. It doesn't tell us everything when Bitcoin's going to pump, right? Typically Bitcoin likes to pump when we least expect it, right? Down here, everyone was calling for lower prices. What does Bitcoin do? It pumps to the upside. Right here, everyone calling for lower prices. What does Bitcoin do? It pumps to the upside. I'm not going to say we're in the similar type of situation now, but you guys get my general point. I always like to start the stream out with saying that, guys. Technical analysis is only part of the story, a very, very small portion of the story. But I do my best to bring it to you guys and, you know, at least explain to you what I'm seeing on the charts and I think what could happen in the big picture, okay? In the big picture. So you guys see, I mean, the last couple times we came up to this level, we did get decent drops. Jay Walker, yes, big cup and handle. We'll go over that in just a second. That's the bullish scenario. Now we have a giant cup and handle. This is looking really, really good. But let's just start out with the possible scenario that Bitcoin gets rejected again, right? Because we looked, I mean, the last two times we got rejected, we did have a pullback, right? So let's start out with the scenario that Bitcoin has a little bit of a dip, okay? Say if Bitcoin comes back down, right? I think it will get a bounce, in my personal opinion, at this level where we kind of have this uptrend, right? We have this uptrend coming up like this, where we've gotten a bounce, right? We've gotten a bounce. Now, this is just a speculation, right? This is sort of just a sort of not a bearish prediction, but a prediction where if Bitcoin does drop, that could be a potential area of a bounce, right? Somewhere down here in the approximate, let's see, about 2 trillion. So what would that correlate for Bitcoin? Well, that would be about a 10% drop, 11% drop on the total market cap. So you probably see something similar for Bitcoin in the scenario that we do drop there. And then if that was the scenario, I would expect another bounce up here. You would have all the bears calling for the bull market's over. The bull market's over, right? Over and over and over again. You'd get the bears just calling for bull market's over, bull market's over, bull market's over. And then Bitcoin would do the exact same thing like it's done every single time where everyone gives up on it. Right here, it pumps. Right here, it pumps. Right here, it pumps. That's what I would expect to happen in the scenario that we do get a dip, right? It's a logical area for crypto to get a dip. Now, the other scenario, right? This is the other scenario that I'm watching here. We also have this downtrend of resistance, okay? Right here,
Wow.
Right here.
With no mention of harmony.
Right here.
Up 6% on the day. Great project with a great ecosystem. You suck. Stay. Hey.
What's up, Live Life? We'll look at Harmony One. To be honest, I haven't really been on like CoinMarketCap, so there's a lot of coins I don't know how they did today. But I'm happy for all the Harmony One owners. Up, what do you say, 40% on the day? That's freaking crazy, bro. That's absolutely insane. Those are things that don't happen in a bear market. I had to do it. Those are things that don't happen in a bear market. 40% moves for altcoins. But anyways, total market cap. We have this downtrend of resistance, okay? And I could see this. You guys can see it too, okay? Now, I typically like uptrending cup and handles, where you have the handle, and then you have the handle coming up, and you have like this, where it's like sort of uptrending. No, this is not what you guys think it is, okay? This is not what you guys think it is. Don't have a dirty mind in the chat, okay? I typically like cup and handles that are uptrending. Though, what I'll say about this is a massive cup and handle. We're going to look at it on the weekly. It looks even better on the weekly time frame, guys. Look at this. The massive cup, okay? The massive handle. If the total market cap can break this resistance right here, let me tell you, this will be an incredible run. This will be an incredible run. I think we all know this by now, because not only would you be breaking out of a cup and handle, but you'd also be breaking the previous highs. Now, this is obviously under the assumption that we just smash this, right? What is this, bro? Come on, man. But this this is under the assumption. Always, man. It never fails. Whenever I make drawings, there's always something on there, bro. This is the assumption that we break this. It's going to be absolutely huge. We look at this on the weekly time frame, guys. Actually, one more thing. Actually, no, we'll go to the weekly real quick. Look at this on the weekly time frame. Oh, look at this weekly pattern, bro. It is beautiful on the weekly. You could not ask for a more beautiful pattern on the weekly. You got the cup, you got the handle off the previous resistance. So you came back down and back tested this previous resistance and flipped it as support on just a beautiful, beautiful setup. And that's exactly what you would want to see on something like this. It was quite beautiful, if you ask me. But yeah, if this breaks, guys, I'm expecting a major run, obviously, for the rest of this year. You guys know I have never faltered from my bullish position. Now, sometimes I might be short-term bearish for a short pullback, but I've never faltered on my bullish stance. And I won't. Things are looking just as good as they ever have, in my opinion, okay? Just as good as they ever have. Draw it again. But yeah, if this was to break out, just in hypothetical, guys, for the total market cap. And guys, we can talk about Bitcoin all we want to do, okay? But this is the resistance that's keeping us down. The target for this would be about $3.78 trillion market cap if this did break out. For a potential move of about 57% for the entire total market cap, which is nuts. It's something we're going to keep an eye on. And like I was kind of saying before, guys, we can take a look at Bitcoin charts all we want. The reason why Bitcoin is not breaking up right now, not because it's at a resistance. No, not because it's at a resistance. It's struggling right now because the total market cap is at a resistance. Okay? And obviously, Bitcoin can't pump if the total market cap's out of resistance and doesn't want to break out yet. Right? So this is why I think it's so important to look at this, and we're going to continue to look at this as the day go on. But this is what we should be watching here, guys. This chart right here gets me excited. Now, obviously, we talked about the bear scenario. We get rejected. We come back down. Maybe we come back down to this about area 2 trillion, and then we bounce. Right? That's the other scenario I'm watching for, where you sort of have one more fake out. It kind of fake everyone's out. Everyone's calling for oh, it's a bull trap. That's what everyone's calling. And then we sort of move up from there. So we'll continue to watch that, but really, really freaking good. What's up, sir, dude? The bearish pattern.
Oh, you were talking about. I watched my first Kirby video. The bearish pattern just as plain.
Yep, that's good, man. How's your long fractal now? Oh, my fractal's looking real good, man. We'll look at our fractal in a second. Let's move on to just the Bitcoin chart. Like I said, guys, Bitcoin's not really at a resistance level. And this is why I don't think it's too important to look at Bitcoin. What I will say is the daily RSI on Bitcoin's a little bit overbought. But what I'll also say is when Bitcoin's really bullish, what it sort of does is it sort of resets it a little bit and just keeps going, right? Resets it, keeps going, resets it, keeps going. And then eventually it gets a little bit of reset and you kind of go again and you go again and you go again and you go again. And it never really resets fully in a truly bullish trend. So that's why, you know, for a short term like type of pullback, maybe you can look at the daily RSI, but it's not the best indicator when Bitcoin's in a bullish trend, which I do believe it is. You know, you've been in an uptrend since July, you know, with higher highs, higher lows. So I'm not too worried about this daily RSI. I don't see it as a huge factor there. And yeah, I mean, you're right above a support, what I will say. And, you know, if the total market cap can break out, that's what we're waiting for. If the total market cap can break out, which would probably mean Bitcoin breaks out too. Bitcoin's next resistance, and what I think is probably the biggest resistance we have left until all-time highs is about 58,302, which is this peak from back in February. That is the next big resistance for Bitcoin, right? That is really it, bro. That is really it. So it should be interesting what Bitcoin does over the next couple of days. Not much on the 4 hour. What I'll say about on the 4 hour, guys, I don't want to spend too much time in the shorter term time frames today. Just because there's not much to look at, right? I mean, we're sort of just waiting for the next move. The 4 hour stock RSI has bottomed out. What I will say is the last couple of times this has been bottomed out, it's been a pretty good indicator for a bottom somewhat soon. It doesn't have to be a bottom right away, but somewhat soon it does, you know, indicate a relative bottom shortly. Okay, you can see right here, this was the bottom before the pump. Right here, this was the bottom before the pump. We keep going over. Eventually, this was about the bottom. Right, you went a little bit lower, not too much lower. But, you know, this basically marked the bottom. Now, there's times it doesn't, like right here, right? You kind of pump up again, and then you sort of go from there. But, you know, what I will say is, typically when that's bottomed out, you're going to get some type of move to the upside. And I'm still expecting a move to the upside here for Bitcoin coming out shortly. What I'll say about the hourly, guys, the hourly is an interesting spot on the RSI. If we look at the RSI on the hourly chart for BTC, over here on the left side, the right side's Ethereum. You just ignore my wife, guys. Don't look at my wife, okay? Do not look at my wife. She's on the right side. She's only for my eyes, okay? Her chart is kind of weird right now. It's kind of wacky. Only look at the left chart, okay? Seriously, don't look at the right chart. Bitcoin's at an RSI level where it typically pumps from. You can see right here, down here, you know, all throughout this area. It typically pumps before it breaks this relative RSI for really the last 5 days, all the way since it was down at like 47,000. This has been a typical area where Bitcoin does bottom out on the RSI and does get another move to the upside. Will we see that same type of thing? Well, that's something we're going to have to watch here shortly, but it's been a pretty good indicator for another move to the upside somewhat shortly too. Eventually, a trend like this will be broken. It's not going to be so cut and dry that this trend sort of keeps going on, but hey, it's something I'm watching. Hourly stock RSI is also bottomed out too. So could another short-term move happen up? Sure. But like we talked about on the total, we are at a resistance level. Would I be surprised at a pullback right now? No. Am I going to call for a pullback right now? No, because Bitcoin, as we know, does whatever frick it wants to do. If Bitcoin wants to pull back, it'll pull back. If Bitcoin wants to pump, it will pump. Okay. What else do I want to look at here? All right. You guys know I'm not biased on my channel. Okay. You guys know I am not biased on my channel. So let's take a look. Okay. Because here's what I do. There's a lot of bear channels out there that never look at the bullish charts. They never look at the bullish charts. They never look at the bullish indicators. They only pull out what is bear or what they deem to be bearish. Okay. On my channel, if I see something bearish, I'll let you guys know. Okay. Just like with the total market cap being at a resistance, I'll let you guys know. So a lot of the bears are talking about this rising wedge. Okay. Now, what I'll say about this rising wedge is, you could make a case that there's a rising wedge here. You could make a case. What I will say is Sometimes, not all the time, but what I will say is this is sort of one of those things that in a bullish trend, a lot of the times these wedges tend to break out to the upside. Okay. They tend to break out to the upside. And I didn't have time before the stream to find one that does break out to the upside, but I hope you guys can at least respect my opinion and say a lot of these times these rising wedges in a bullish trend do break out to the upside. So keep that in mind. Okay. I've seen multiple bears talk about this wedge. Now, what I will say is it is kind of cherry picked. Okay. I mean, it's a little bit cherry picked. I mean, you're really taking it from 2 touch points on the top side. You could draw it like this, but then you're just cutting through candles, and it's just like it's a little bit cherry picked. You could draw it like this. This is how I see a lot of people drawing it too, dude. You're cutting right through a candle. I don't see this as a cut and dry wedge. I think you're just sort of trying to make something out of nothing. It's funny how you start to get this, and then you start. The bears start trying to redraw their lines and redraw some different pattern. It's just, it seems like it's kind of what I like to call a grasping at straws, as I would say. Now, what I will say is, I mean, if we take a look at this wedge, guys, let's just say this trend line is valid, which I don't necessarily think it is, but let's just say it's valid. What I will say is, if Bitcoin does get rejected from this trend line, okay, say if Bitcoin does come down and come back down and test this support. Well, I think this would match up with ding, 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 chicken wings for dinner, tofu if you're vegan, okay, as always. Let me play this for you guys, okay? Warning, shots fired. Okay, ding, 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 chicken wings for dinner, tofu if you're vegan. If this does get a pullback like this, which would be probably somewhere around like 48,000, 49,000, that would match up perfectly with our total market cap scenario, where if this does come down like this, okay, this comes down like this and gets support here, okay, and we talked about then the eventual bounce and then the break, okay, I'm more worried about the total market cap right now than I am Bitcoin. If this does get this scenario where this does come down and bounce, okay, and continue up, that matches up perfectly with Bitcoin maybe getting rejected here. Let's just play the bears game for a second, okay? Let's just play the bears game. If this does come back down and buy this and bounces here, I'm expecting a bounce and a break back up with the total market cap breaking back up as well. That's what I'm expecting. Doesn't have to happen that way. It wouldn't be anything crazy like we talked about. It's about probably a 10% dip. Yeah, I mean, it matches up perfectly, bro. 12% dip on this if that played out. And then the total market cap, like we talked about, guys, if that did play out, would be about a 12% dip. That plays out legit perfectly. So we'll see if that scenario plays out. Like I said, I don't want to I don't want to be the channel that's just spreading rainbows and sunshines. I want to look at everything from a realistic view, and you guys know I watch bearish channels to get both sides of the cards, right? Both sides of the cards. So I'm not just going to be a straight up moon boy. I'm going to be honest with you guys. 57K and coming after stream. Oh, Keith, I would love for 57K to come on stream, bro. And I think it's coming sooner than we think. Man, we just got to wait for this resistance to break, whether it's, we pump through it right now, which I think is definitely possible. We just blast through this. Bitcoin's on a crazy run right now. When Bitcoin's bullish, it does this. When Bitcoin's bullish, it does this. You know what I mean? It does this. So I would not be surprised to see this break through. If it doesn't, you get a pullback. I'm expecting a bounce off this level here. It's as simple as that, man. I mean, it really is. It really is. What's up, Fat Juicy?
BTC does not jump quickly. It's not dumb. It just moves sideways.
What's up, Fat Juicy? He's also a bit of a bear stalker. I am a bear stalker. Miss you, Jimmy, said JGB. Hell yeah. Guys, like the stream up. We gotta hit 1,000 likes. We're getting on the grind back to 1,000 likes. Okay. Also, guys, go follow me over here on Twitter at Jordan Cameron. It's just like my name, at Jordan Cameron. Go follow me. Let's get up to 4,000 followers. Okay. Let's get up to 4,000 followers. I've been posting a lot of stuff over there today. No, but seriously, I'm going to be posting more stuff over there, more of my thoughts, total market cap stuff, my DCA TP indicator that I'll be posting over there every Monday going forward with an update, and also a couple of indicators I'm going to be coming out all free. I'm going to give you guys those for free, and also I'll be giving those to the members with with obviously images and stuff that you guys can look at whenever you feel like it. I'll be posting that on YouTube for you guys. So anyways, let's I'm also coming out with like an ultimate indicator that's going to be super in depth, so much going into it, on-chain stuff, Twitter sentiment. I have one that's going to be coming out that's going to be absolutely nuts. I've been working on that one for weeks now. But all right, what else do I want to look at here for BTC? So we looked at both scenarios, right? Pullback scenario, bounce scenario, all that type of stuff. Sam legit said he thinks Bitcoin is going below 5K. Hey man, I mean, guys, I'm done talking about Savvy. I know you guys like when I talk about Savvy. Honestly, I do it for fun, but it is what it is. I don't want anyone to lose money at the end of the day. It is what it is. I mean, you're gonna have bears, you're gonna have bulls, and we're kind of gonna go from there, right? All right, let's see. So on the weekly time frame, what do we got going on? So on the weekly, guys, we got to get. I really want to get this close on the weekly above this resistance line, man. We're so freaking close. You can see how we're just teetering right over it. Now, I think as long as we close, I don't have an exact number for you guys. I mean, it's sort of objective based on where we close, but I'd say as long as we close, just eyeballing it, probably somewhere above like 53,000 on Sunday, which I think is doable, right? We're at 54,000. I think that's definitely doable. I think we're going to confirm this breakout. So we got to see where we close on the weekly. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for Sunday's stream. I'm always excited for Sunday. Sunday streams are my favorite freaking streams, bro. Just one more Savvy impression. No, man. I mean, guys, sometimes all right. Here's the deal. I like ranting and stuff, but eventually I kind of feel like I'm not gonna lie. I kind of feel like a little bit of an a-hole, right? You know what I mean? Like most of the time, I'm just kidding. You guys know I'm just kidding. I like to do little parody things, and I like to call out people that act like they know it all and they really don't. And I don't know it all, right? I always say I don't know it all. I know a good amount, but I definitely don't know it all, and I'm definitely wrong a lot of the time. But people that act like they're right all the time, and I those people kind of bother me. And I'll parody those people, right? I'll parody those people, but I don't wish bad on anyone. And I'm definitely gonna slow it down with the the parroting, man. But I definitely, it's not gonna stop. It's definitely not gonna stop. Don't get me wrong. We all bleed. It's okay, girl. Yeah. It is what it is, guys. I mean, people get super offended with that stuff, and it is what it is. It gets the people going. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'll still do it. You guys know if I have a rant coming, it's in my little Gymborees. It's coming out. Like, I will be ranting. Guys, if I get pissed off at something, I'm not afraid to say it, and I'm going to continue to say it. But, sometimes I do go a little over the top. I'm not going to lie. So I'll keep it at that. Someone got a talking to from Karen. Little talking to from Karen. Seriously. All right. Guys, on the weekly, we're kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, as I would call it, right? It's not the hard place you... man, I am freaking weird, bro. All right. It's not the hard place you guys think. It's the hard place here on the charts, right? So we're stuck sort of between this big red resistance box, okay? This rant is 1 out of 10. Oh, it definitely is, bro. Definitely 1 out of 10 rant. Don't get, guys. I have a rant for you coming up in a little bit. Don't get me wrong. I just want to finish the BTC charts here. I got a rant though. So guys, when we zoom out, let's be honest, all right? Let's zoom out. Let's not zoom in on the 1 hour charts like there's like the 100 other YouTubers out there, okay? There's 100 other YouTubers that look at the 1 hour charts. And in reality, those don't really matter. They don't matter whatsoever. If you guys want to make gains, you guys should be looking at the weekly chart and up, okay? I'm just going to say it as bluntly as possible. Stop looking at the hourly chart. What happens on the hourly chart? Stop watching these... you guys can watch them all you want. If you guys are traders, I understand watching some of these YouTubers that look at the hourly charts and look at little hourly chart breakouts and stuff. I get it. What we should really be focusing on is really the weekly and up. And that tells you, that's what's really going to make you the gains, not some symmetrical triangle on the 1 hour time frame that breaks up and gets you a 3% gain, right? That's not what really matters in the grand scheme of things. Right now on the weekly, we are stuck between a rock and a hard place, okay? We're stuck between this big resistance up here, okay, where we have just a ton of resistance on the weekly. I mean, 1, 2. I mean, there's so many tops at this general red box that it's absolutely insane. And then also we have our support down here at the low 40,000s, which we've confirmed as resistance, and flipped as support. So overall, and also have your weekly support band right here from weekly support band, which is 41,800 and 45,000 even. Shout out to Ben Cowan, my favorite YouTuber, man. I mean, he's the only guy, I have to say, like, a lot of the stuff, you guys know, a lot of the stuff I look at is similar to what Ben Cowan looks at. There's a reason why, okay? One, because he's the only person that I see that looks at this type of stuff. And it really, he's the only one that I think keeps it real. And I try to not emulate it, but I try to let you guys know both scenarios, and tell you what I'm looking at, right? Now, sometimes I can be bullish. Why am I being bullish? Because that's what the charts are telling me, right? The charts are telling me to be bullish. Ben Cowan is, I'm telling you guys right now. This is coming from me. Ben Cowan's probably the only YouTuber that's actually worth watching. I'm not going to lie. Everyone else, in my opinion, just kind of spits out BS that's on the short-term time frames, and it really has nothing, really does not matter in the grand scheme of things. Ben Cowan's the only person who tells it how it is, and looks at the longer-term time frames, and actually sort of does any work and actually puts any, I'm not going to say puts any effort, but the only guy who actually puts any effort into his videos. I mean, you guys don't understand how hard it is to actually make some of the indicators that he does. And this is a shout out to Ben, because I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Ben. He's the only guy who puts in a lot of effort into his videos. You guys know how hard it is to make some of these indicators, man. It takes a lot of freaking work. Some of these indicators I've been working on for weeks, okay? For weeks. He puts out good ones too, okay? They take a long freaking time. He's the only one you guys should be listening to. Don't listen to anyone else. Yeah, I'm not gonna it's just my opinion, but it is what it is, and that's why a lot of the stuff I look at are what he looks at too, because that's what's important, guys. That's what's going to make you the big gains, is looking at it from a bigger picture and not zooming in on the 1 hour chart. Okay, seriously.
Rant alert.
Gasp. Ben's voice is sort of no. I mean, you got to get over that, man. I mean, he's just a smart guy, so he comes off as really smart. I mean, that's just how it is. Some people are smart and don't come off smart. Some people are smart and come off smart. I mean, it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. But anyways, weekly support band also bounced off of. So yeah, we're sort of just stuck between a rock and a hard place here. We'll see where this breaks out. I think we're going to break up. Why? Because I think that this weekly RSI is going to close above this resistance level, okay? If this does break, I'm expecting this resistance to break as well. It's going to be an interesting close this week. I feel like we say that every week. It's going to be interesting close this week. It's going to be an interesting close next week. It's going to be interesting close the week after that. Every week is going to be an interesting close. But this one, along with all the other ones in the past, is going to be an interesting one. I feel like each week is an important close, though. Like, if you actually look at the chart, each week has its own little twist, right? This one was sort of holding the line here. This one's sort of, if we can break the RSI resistance. All these were if we can hold the previous resistance as support. So they all are important at the end of the thing. At the end of the day.
Super sharp. I get why you steal all your
Some of his charts I do use for sure, like this one right here. We'll go into it. This is one that I look at and I sort of, you know, I use as a reference, right? Because it really is true, man. It really is true. And what I always find funny in this space too is everyone can look at the short-term time frame charts and make the same short-term time frame patterns and come up with their own analysis on the short-term time frames. But when anyone comes up with like longer-term analysis, it's sort of copying. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think you can use you know, the similar type of things and come to a similar agreement and kind of go from there. But yeah, I'm expecting you to come up to like this, guys. This is what I'm looking at here from the long-term view. Okay, I want to spend more time in the longer term because Bitcoin's not really doing anything on the shorter term. You can see it's another slow day. Man, you know what I gotta say, Han? Real quick. Okay, let me bring out the crab. It's a crab day, Mr. Grinch. It's a crab day, Mr. Grinch. I don't know the rest of the song, but it's another crab day. I don't know the rest of the Grinch song, guys. I tried. I really don't know the rest of the Grinch song, but let me say that. So what I wanted to look at, guys, is obviously the downtrend from all this, right? So obviously this is 2011, 2013, 2017. But I wanted to kind of give my own twist and where I think this is going to end, right? So I'm under the assumption that this is going to end when this downtrend line hits. I've always told you guys, I think that the cycle is going to end at the end of Q1 of next year. And this is why, okay? This is something I look at. I haven't really shared with you guys before, though. So we have our log regression curve, and then we have the downtrend of resistance. And so basically what I took is where it meets, okay? And this actually meets, you know, it meets in about April, okay? It meets in about April. And that's kind of the time frame where I expect the market to top out. I think we're going to do something like this, whatever shape we do, whether we go up like this, whether we go up, I don't know, like this, whether we go up like this. I don't know how we're going to go up, but that's sort of the scenario that I see playing out. Now, if this does play out the way that, you know, it's gone in the past, you know, I'm expecting us to top out, you know, based on this. I mean, like I said, I don't expect Bitcoin to top out at the end of this year. I think Bitcoin will break its all-time highs by the end of this year, but I think this goes into Q1 of 2022. I think this tops out, this is saying, depending on where we break out, you know, 170 to 180,000. I think that is where we're going to top out, somewhere around that level. Now, that's if we go into next year. If we top out this year, I think we obviously top out at a much lower level. I think we top out, you know, 120, 130,000-ish. But obviously, the longer it takes, the better. You know, the longer it takes, the better at the end of the day. You know? I went and got Hopium earlier and ran off the plug. You got Hopium? Pump music for Harmony? Yeah, absolutely. We'll play pump music. Dude, Harmony's up 40% today. I'm proud of all you Harmonyers about. I need to get some Harmony, man. Now it's too late. Now it's too late. It's up 40%. You guys know my rule. I don't buy the dip unless it's 20% dip. I don't own any Harmony. I don't own any Harmony. It's not a very good Harmony, as I would say, you know? But tops out December. We'll see, man. We'll see. But yeah, man. All right, but that's what I would expect in the longer term, guys. Whatever path it takes, like I said, if it goes like this, if it goes like this, if it goes like, I don't know, just, you know, consistent, I don't know, whatever way it takes, that's the way I'm going. What else do I want to look at here? Oh, I want to look at Plan B's little update. So an update on Plan B, and not the Plan B you're thinking about, okay? If I see any of you with a dirty mind in the chat, I'm going to be very, very upset. Very, very upset. If I see any dirty minds in the chat, okay? Seriously, don't be doing this to me. I don't want to ban anyone. I don't ban, okay? There's only certain people in the space that ban people and block people for being bearish. You know who I'm talking about if you were here the other day. I was literally bearish in a Discord. In a bearish Discord, I was bearish, and I got banned for being bearish. Tell me how that makes sense. But let's move on. Let's move on. You guys know I had to say it. I had to say it. Plan B. Let's look at what we're looking at. So in the beginning of this month, this is on the monthly time frame, guys. Monthly time frame, just to sort of make it look relatively even here. So when we started this month, it was looking dire. It was like, you know, even the bulls were like, are we really going to go to 63,000 by the end of October? Is that really going to happen? Well, we're 8 days into October and we're sitting at 54,000. I mean, it's almost 63,000 now. I mean, I'm not going to be greedy, guys. I'm not going to be greedy, but you know, based on how October's gone so far, 63,000 seems pretty much of an undershot. Now, I know he's saying 63,000 is the minimum, right? So it doesn't have to be at 63,000 at the close. Basically he said 63,000 is the floor. So basically anywhere above 63,000 is his prediction, right? So who's Discord? But yeah, if this plays out the way it's supposed to, we should, right, based on plan B, okay, not plan A, not plan C, not plan Jordan, not plan Jordan crab market, not plan Jabba, not plan Bob, okay? Based on plan B, we should, I mean, based on him, we should be seeing at least another 18% move to the upside by the end of this month. And it doesn't seem so crazy anymore. It seemed a little crazy. Even for me, I was like, man, $20,000 move in a month. We've seen Bitcoin do that before. That's just, you know, it's crazy because we haven't seen it in a long time. Now it doesn't seem so crazy. We're, you know, literally halfway there, 8 days into the month, with 22 days left to go in the month. Now, as we start to move along with this, just to do an update, guys, if you guys don't know plan B, he means he's predicted 47,000 to the exact T at the end of August, and he predicted 43,000 to the exact T in the end of September. Literally, the exact T. It's pretty crazy. 93,000, okay? Bears will call double top until we get to 75,000. Yeah, man, like I said, let the Bears be the Bears, okay? What I will say is, guys, you know, I know I always troll the Bears too, so I'm sort of guilty of this myself. What I will say is, one thing I want to get better at is not not always just bashing the Bears, right? I mean, let's be honest. Why is a bear a bear? Okay, why is a bear a bear? Let's be honest. Being a bear sucks when the price is going up. Okay, imagine being a no-coiner seeing Bitcoin at $54,000 right now. Imagine being a no-coiner right now. You're pissed. Why? Because you had 3 months to accumulate down at 29,000, down at 30,000, down at 31,000. You had 3 months to accumulate. If you didn't accumulate, that's on you. Okay? Now, I got to be better at stop trolling the Bears, right? Because they're people that, you know, are one, salty because they didn't buy lower. Okay, so now they want to try to push the price lower so they can buy lower because they didn't have the cojones to buy when they should have. Okay, that's one. Or two, there's someone who shorted the best performing asset of all time. I'd rather be the first option. The second option, I mean, you're sort of just. I don't understand people who short Bitcoin in an uptrend. I don't understand it, and I will continue not to understand it. It's so easy, guys. Just buy and hold, man. You're gonna make way more money than you'll have people in the chart in the chat that disagree, but you're gonna make way more money than people who trade the market, man. You just are. I mean, there's altcoins that if you bought at the bottom of this bear market that are up 70, 80x, okay, in a year, okay. If you can find a trader that made 70 or 80x their money, big money. I'm not talking about trading $5 and turning it into $400. That's not what I'm talking about. You know, I'm talking about, you know, thousands of dollars into millions of dollars. If you can find someone that did that, let me know. But I'm telling you right now, doesn't make sense to short the market. Doesn't make sense to be salty because you didn't buy lower, so you want to make everyone else miserable. Doesn't make sense to do that. Okay, seriously, no cojones.
Rant alert.
All right. So you guys, all right, here's the deal. Here's the deal. You always have, whenever I say that, you'll always have people coming in with the exceptions. Okay, the exception's not the rule, because you know 3 people that might be profitable. You don't know if they really are. A lot of these people don't show you their losses. Because you come out with the exception of the rule does not mean it's the norm, right? So you might have 1% of people that make a ton of money trading. It's 1%. Okay, that's what I'll say. Exception's not the norm. Don't be this guy who comes in the chat and starts saying, "Oh, I know this one guy down the street. I know Ken down the street who made tons of money, sort of trading." It's the exception, guys, not the rule, right? Never take the exception as the rule. Seriously, I know one guy down the street. That means everyone can do it. No. People who are successful doing it have been doing it for years, man. It's not everyone. You can't jump into crypto and after 1 month you come into crypto and you're gonna act like Jabba after 1 month coming in and saying, "I'm a pro trader after 1 month of investing. I trade on Robinhood. I trade on Robinhood. I'm a pro investor. I'm a pro trader. I buy and sell on Robinhood. I'm a good swing trader, aren't I, guys? I've been investing for 1 month." Come on, man. All right. It's not that easy. If it was that easy, everyone would do it. All right. So yeah, that's basically my summation. This now 93,000 at the end of November. Okay. Does sound a little bit crazy. Okay. Does sound a little bit crazy. Bro, why don't you plug in your Phoenix account? Yeah, you know that. So it is what it is. Like, guys, I'm not saying anything that's like, I don't make, see, here's the thing I do on this stream. I don't make stuff up. I speak the facts, okay? I speak the facts. I don't just make stuff up to prove my point, okay? There are people who make money trading, but it's the exception, not the rule, all right? So 93,000, you guys are funny, bro. But yeah, 93,000 at the end of November. That sounds pretty crazy. Sounds crazy now. But as we look back in the past, guys, I mean, do we remember Bitcoin from October to really March? Like, look at these monthly candles, man. It doesn't sound so crazy. It really doesn't. Look back in 2017. Look at October to December. Doesn't sound too crazy, right? Look at Bitcoin this whole time, man. It's absolutely crazy. Let's go back in time. Holy, look at this November 2013 candle. Obviously, it's a different time back then. I mean, very, very low market cap. It was easier to move the market back then. But, you know, just for another example, look what Bitcoin did the last 3 months. Okay? Bitcoin did the last 3 months. Bitcoin did the last 3 months. Don't think it's quite unreasonable to expect the same thing to happen. Obviously, bearing in mind that we don't get some craziness coming, right? Join an ETA and the happy Java gobble coin. Yeah. Can we all get together and go on a vacation to Thailand? Vacation to Thailand. We should, man. We should go to Thailand. So we know, as we talked about yesterday, we're going to be going to Vegas when Bitcoin hits 60K. Okay. All right. We'll talk about all this in a second. All right. Last thing I want to touch on, guys. My Bitcoin extension for the 20-week moving average. So you guys know I've been looking at this forever. Okay. Let me actually try to make this a little bit better so you guys can see it. There you go. All right. I'm going to duck down a little bit so you guys can see it. So this is my Bitcoin extension from 20-week EMA. We've been looking at this since I started streaming. You know, you guys know I've had this on my charts forever. I decided to make it into more of this, right? So we know we're looking at on the price action. But this is another example, okay? This is another example how over time, the extension from the 20-week moving average comes down. And this just kind of illustrates it a little bit better rather than having it just on the chart. This illustrates it perfectly for you guys. And this is why I'm expecting Bitcoin to come up and top up here once again. Okay, every single time it tops, it comes up to this general trend line coming down. You get, obviously, you get higher extension from the 20-week exponential every single time you move up. Okay, because obviously the market cap's lower. You can get a little bit more overextended. 2013, super overextended. 2014, overextended. 2017, this year, 2021. I'm expecting to come back up here in 2022 again. Okay, literally 2022 again, coming up here. So still looking at March of 2022 for this. Now, when this does hit, guys, I will let you know. All right, I'm not going to be this guy who sits on the stream and sort of says, oh, you know, Bitcoin gets to 100,000. And I'm like, all right, you know, we're going to keep going. We're going to go to 200,000. We're going to go to 300,000. You're going to have people that keep telling you this over and over and over again. I'll let you know when my indicators are telling me I think we're going to be topped out. Okay. Based on all these indicators, if I had these in hindsight, which some of them I did, I should have had a little bit better in hindsight. You know, I definitely came a long way in the last 6 months. Okay. From a realist perspective, right? But you can see here, if we were looking at this last time, this combined with the other thing we were looking at, this combined with my not risk indicator, but more so the DCA take profit indicator, would have both told you that you were topped out. Would have taken profits back then. Once we come up and hit this trend line again, that's when we'll be taking profits going into 2022. All right, that's when we're taking profits. So. You think I got balls for buying the bottom? Bears got balls for shorts. And same thing, guys. Whenever you're green down here, which means you're below the 20-week exponential, usually is a good time to buy. Yeah, and when you're dark green, that means you better buy. You better dollar cost average. Okay, so when we get down there, obviously, when the time comes, don't expect it to happen anytime soon. I'll let you guys know to make sure we can buy those dips. All right. Let me actually just jump into the super chats first here because we have a couple people who are waiting a while because I was sort of ranting about Bitcoin today. But it's a lot of important things on the charts I wanted to touch on for you guys today. So I thought that I should be doing it. So Can't Sleep became a member. What's going on, Can't Sleep? Can't Sleep C4. I hope you can't sleep with some C4. If you get some C4 next to you, man, I hope that you can't sleep. Appreciate you, though. You guys, I love you guys have some interesting names. And then you got Jay Walker. Very basic name. Hey, my name's pretty basic too, so I can't complain. Jay Walker. Let me actually just go to the Bitcoin chart here. Bitcoin and ETH. Here you go, guys. Bitcoin on the left, ETH on the right. I like this little setup here. I'm liking this setup. That's a big old cup and handle. Yeah, we talked about our cup and handle on the total. Absolutely beautiful. If this plays out, it's going to be absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful if it does play out. But hey, we got work to do. We're not out of the woods yet. We got to fight all the bears. We got to fight all the trolls. We got to fight all the thorn bushes and you know, all the fairies and I'm not going to say this one thing I was going to say, but there's a lot of things we got to fight before we get out of the woods. Okay, we got to all put our Viking helmets on and really start getting into the nooks and crannies and start fighting for what the land that is ours, right? The land above 60,000 is our land. Okay, what's up, Salim? Appreciate you, dude. Appreciate you hanging out. We all got to start fighting for our land, which is everything above that $60,000 level. Okay. But yeah, definitely a big old cup and handle, bro. Sir Dude said, Live Life said, wow, intro with no mention of Harmony One. Up 40% in the day. Great project with a great ecosystem. You suck. Just kidding. Well, you know what? You're going to call a Viking that sucks? You know what, Live Life? Let's fight to the death. And I'm not going to be a Viking for that. You know what I'm going to be? Why is there... Come on, Live Life. You want to talk to me like that, bro? You want to talk to me like that, Live Life? Huh? No name. You want to talk... No name. You want to talk to me like that? Salim, you want to talk to me like that? Let's fight, bro. Come on, let's fight, bro.
How you think about ETF buy rumor sell the news?
I love that, bro. That's my favorite thing. The jacked guy. That's absolutely nuts. We'll look at Harmony One real quick. Let's look at Harmony One right here.
Jordan, you're the best. Your time and knowledge.
Harmony One on the daily. Let's look at it on the daily. Oh yeah, that is sexy. That is pure sexy. You a sexy lady. Boom ba boom ba. Awesome breakout of Harmony Mom. We were actually talking about this symmetrical triangle before it happened. Exactly as I predicted. Exactly as I predicted. Okay, see, and I can do it too. Not that hard. But yeah, I mean, you broke out of the symmetrical triangle and you pumped up to the upside. Your target is all the way up there. Let's see what your actual target is. Your target's a little bit higher, in my opinion. Upwards of like 28.5 cents. I think you go up there, obviously bearing Bitcoin keeps up. I think you go up there. Right now you just get some resistance on your previous high. I don't think that's going to keep you up for too long. And obviously after that, I mean, you're in price discovery, man. So obviously watch 28.5 cents, but Harmony with a nice freaking move, man. Let's go. Let's freaking go. All right. Hold my beer said, I'm tired. Having good trading days, but no friends. Holding beer. Come on, man. I'll be your friend. Join the Discord. I will be your friend. Okay? It's pinned to the top of the chat. It's in the description. Make sure you join the Discord. A lot of awesome people in there. Join the Discord. Okay? I'm always in there after the stream. During the day, I'm usually doing stuff. I'm out and about. Things like that. But after the stream, I'm usually in the Discord for like an hour or two after the stream. Join the Discord, man. You're making me sad, bro. You're making me sad. I'll be your friend. I'll seriously be your friend. Yeah? No, but yeah, Harmony looks good, guys. Harmony looks good. Let's see. All right. So we did that. Oh, God. Sir dude said, bro, I don't know what you're talking about. I watched my first Kirby video today. The bearish pattern is going just as planned. What was the bearish pattern on Kirby today? I'm sure we pulled something out of the grapevine. You know, we pulled something out of the trick of hats here, or the hat of tricks, the trick of hats. But yeah, I mean, we looked at the bearish scenario, right? I mean, it's there. It's a little sketchy. It's a little arbitrary, in my opinion. But you know, we looked at it because that's what we do. We look at the bearish patterns. Okay, that's what we do. Shard said, hey, Jordan, can you look at VRA? Had it since August and it pumped to new high today. Think it has been more fuel in it?
Thanks for helping us out, Jordan. It means a lot, bro.
Yeah, look at VRA, Shard.
Do you know who Mariah monetizes? Wrong before, but lately she's very active.
Maria Monetize. I have no idea who that is. She's been accurate, very accurate lately. I'll have to look it up. I'm not sure who that is, to be honest with you. All right. So let's take up Veracity. Apparently she's been very accurate. What I'll say, guys, is a lot of people are going to be accurate sometimes. A lot of people aren't going to be accurate a lot of the times. Okay, just keep that in mind. You know, some people are more accurate than others. I'll give them that. But it's crypto, right? Crypto's largely, you know, an educated guess, and that's why I don't like watching too many people. That's why I like to stick to the people that keep it real, right? I mean, you're not sort of I like to keep it to people that keep it real. Like if something looks bearish, they're gonna look bearish. If it looks bullish, they're gonna look bullish. You know, and the people that don't get too emotional over everything, right? I mean, sort of, you know, when you have giant dips, they're not yelling that, you know, Bitcoin's going to 20K. They're not yelling for the streets, right? I mean, the people that are like, all right, let's look at this logistically. Let's look at where our support levels are. Until we break this levels, there's nothing to worry about. Okay? And as far as my opinion, you guys know the levels I watch for me to flip bearish, right? The 12-month moving average. Haven't broken that. Not even close. Until we break that, And obviously there's a couple other things I look at, but you gotta, the people that make a video and say, oh, I'm know the videos I can't stand, guys. Hold on. Rewind. You know the videos that I can't stand? Just a quick rant here. I need to rant for you guys real quick.
Rant alert.
I can't stand the videos where someone acts super bullish, right, yesterday. So, pretend a guy acts super bullish yesterday. Bitcoin has like a 4%, 5% dump to the downside. And the next day, they make a video that says, I'm going to sell all my Bitcoin if Bitcoin does this. Or, I just sold all my Bitcoin. Bro, how is that? How is that helping anyone? Okay, that's not helping anyone. All you're doing is, you're basically what you're doing is, you're freaking out people who don't know any better. And if they see their favorite YouTuber say, I'm selling all my Bitcoin, or I'm selling all my Bitcoin if Bitcoin does this. As soon as I see those videos, I know that it's the bottom every single time. You saw all those back months ago, all those videos. That's my biggest pet peeve, bro. It's, I'm selling all my Bitcoin if Bitcoin does this, or I'm selling all my Bitcoin. When it's in reality, like Bitcoin drops like 5%, and the day before you're up screaming for the hills. It's one of those things. It's
Rant alert.
It's like, bro, it is what it is. But I'm gonna move on. I gotta go on a quick rant for you guys. wasn't my best rant, but I think it was a needed rant. All right, so Veracity. Yeah, man, look at. All right, yeah, this is getting good. Look at the pattern for Veracity. I said velocity. Look at this pattern, right? I mean, it's something we've been looking at. It's another cup and handle pattern that a lot of these coins are making these, and it's why? It's because the total market cap's in a giant cup and handle, right? So you're going to see a lot of these altcoins, because of that, also being in cup and handles. So you got a cup, you got the handle, you're coming up right on that resistance. It looks like you might get that close today. In 1 minute, it looks like you are going to close above this previous high, which is awesome. Now what you got to do is you just got to work on these previous highs looking left. Okay? You can see right here. Previous highs looking left at about 5.6 cents. If you can break that, well, now you're in price discovery, right? And that's when it gets really fun. That's when it gets really freaking fun. So we'll continue to watch that, but man, this one could get real juicy. So watch for, like I said, 5.6 cents. If you break 5.6 cents, we'll go from there. If you break that, you're probably just going to get a nice impulse to the upside. But yeah, I mean, this one looks ready and primed to break out. Assuming that if Bitcoin has a little bit of a dip, you'll probably see some of these alts dip too, right? I mean, we at this point, we know that's a part of the game. That we always have to take into account when looking at altcoins. It's not always rainbows and sunshines on the altcoin charts. Get a 3 on that rant. All right, it's the daily close, guys. Let's go check the daily close. Some of you guys said it was a pretty good rant. I didn't think that was a great rant. I think it was a good context. I didn't have that passion on that rant that I usually do. Not like the rant the other day. That was guys, that rant I had the other day. I went a little bit too far with that rant, I'm not gonna lie. But what I will say is it was much needed, that rant. Because it was boiling up in me. What's up, Mark? Oh, look at the hairline today. The hairline's doing pretty good, guys. I think we retraced a little bit. Oh man, look at my hairline. We retraced. Look at this. Look at this. We have a head and shoulders. Look. See this little indent here? We got the right shoulder. We got the head. And then you guys can't see it, but there's a left shoulder right here. We got a head an inverse head and shoulders that might push us back up here to our target. My hairline's looking pretty good today. We're almost there. Might have a reversal pattern on the hairline. This is your therapy. Very uninspired. Yeah, that rant was one of the best. Hairline looks good. Thank you, Salim. It does look pretty good. All right, so the close today. Not the best candle for Bitcoin on the close. I'm not gonna lie. Giant wick on the top side, small body. Not a great candle, what I will say. But we've gone over the scenarios, right? I mean, this doesn't have to necessarily mean that you're gonna dump down to oblivion, right? We know Bitcoin does what it wants to do. All right, let's just say that. I mean, you had a similar candle here. Big wick on the top side, small body. And look what you did after that. You put in 2 giant green days right after. Okay, so let's just remember that, yes, is this the best candle in the world? No. I don't love that candle. But, you know, we can look at candlesticks all we want, but I'm not too inspired by that. You can easily see Bitcoin kind of move up from here. But what I do like is on the close, I do like that he closed above about 53,290. It's a pretty important level looking left. A bunch of previous support all throughout this area, all at 53,290. He closed above that. Perfect. Now let's just hope that Bitcoin can sort of round out and continue up. That's the bullish scenario. But we looked at the bearish scenario and all that stuff. We'll look at it in a little bit. Right now, Bitcoin's just being a stinker at the current moment, like it usually is on stream, right? Never does anything on stream, as we know. Fear and greed. Oh, I got you. I got you on the fear and greed. Let's see what we got for ads today. Pinnacle Studio 25. Wow. Never searched that in my life. Haven't searched video editing software in a long time. But sure. I guess we'll get that ad. Fear and greed. A 72. Is this accurate? Let's refresh. Yeah. 72 on the fear and greed index. I'm always interested in see what ads I get every day. You know, we've had some skeptical ads up before, as we know, but this one's not that skeptical. But 72. So we're still in greed. I mean, like I said, guys, I'm not too worried about greed. When Bitcoin's bullish, we're in greed. You guys got to remember, from October to like February for Bitcoin, we were in greed every single day besides 4 days for like 5 months, right? So being in greed's not really a big indicator. I more so look at the fear and greed for fear, right? If there's fear, I'm buying. If there's greed, usually just means that crypto's bullish, right? I mean, let's be honest. I mean, if you were to sell greed every single time, you most likely you'd be shafting yourself. If every time you Bitcoin hit greed, you sell. Usually not a good thing to do, based on the past. If you sold in October last year, you would have been freaking pissed, right? So just remember that. Some good water, man. Some really freaking good water. All right, we'll look at ETH in a second, guys. I just want to go through some of these. Like I said, some people have been waiting for a while here. If Bitcoin does not dump quickly, it does not dump. It just moves sideways. Thoughts? Yeah, I mean, that's what Bitcoin's been doing. It's sort of been tricking everyone out. It's just every time Bitcoin moves up, everyone calls for a dump. Right? Look at it does the same thing, right? Look at it since all the way down here at 40,000. It pumps, goes sideways. Everyone's saying it's going to dump back down. What does Bitcoin do? It pumps again, right? Pumps, goes sideways. Everyone's saying Bitcoin's going to go back down. It pumps again. Okay, it pumps up. Everyone's saying Bitcoin's going to drop. It starts to drop. It pumps again. Bitcoin's going sideways again. Pumps. Now it's coming back down. Will there be one just big giant sideways action that pumps it up? I would not be surprised. I also wouldn't be surprised at a dump, right? That's why we look at both scenarios. We're not tied to one scenario, right? I'm not predicting it's going to pump or dump. I'm just ready for both sides. If it dumps, cool. I'll be ready. If it pumps, cool. I'll be ready. You know? As simple as that. All right, so that's Ferocity. But thank you, Fat Juicy. Appreciate you, man. Bullish Crypto and Ryan became members. Appreciate you guys. Bullish Crypto. I like the name, man. Can't have a better name than Bullish Crypto, right? And Ryan became a member. Ryan, just a regular name. I like it. I like it. Keith said you were doing great work. Not easy. Thank you, Keith. No, I mean, I enjoy doing it. So for me, it's easy. For me, it's easy. Now there's days where it's like, all right, you know, don't get me wrong. It's like anything else, but yeah, if you're doing something that you enjoy doing, it's honestly, I look forward to the stream. Like I said, I've always said I look forward to the stream 99.9% of the days, right? There's always that one day where you're just like, oh, my friends are going out tonight, and you're like, I'm gonna work, right? Because it's gonna pay off. It's gonna pay off. I'm gonna study more charts. I'm gonna do this. It always pays off in the end. Pays off in the end. Ben is super sharp. I get why you steal all his charts. Thank you, sir, dude. Yeah, man. I mean, look, I look at similar things as him for sure. Definitely for sure, man. He's the only one that I sort of watch, and I'm like, all right, you know, because he's not too biased in one direction, right? I mean, he's a bull, right? I mean, he's a bull, but you know, he understands that sometimes you got to have patience in the market. Sometimes you can't. It's not always rainbows and sunshines. He understands that you're not going to go up in a straight line. You're going to have pullbacks. He understands you can't be too overextended in the market. Why we're going to start looking at this stuff a lot more, right? How far you're extended from moving averages. You know, all this stuff. Like I said, I'm working on a couple different things for you guys too. But yeah, man, it's important to look at that stuff. I mean, and this stuff is going to be becoming more and more important as we move up, right? If you don't have a strategy to take profits, you're not going to make any money, right? I mean, it's always good to see your portfolio in green, but unless you're just holding for the long term and you never plan on selling, you don't plan on selling, you know, or trying to necessarily take some profits so then you have more to buy back in the bear market, right? If you're just looking to hold, fine. I mean, by all means. But I think it's that now is the time to plan your strategy. It's either you're holding long term, or if you're holding coins right now, come up with a plan of taking profits, right? Because what's going to happen is, and you know, I saw this happen in I saw this happen in 2017. You know, and I just ended up holding because you know what, it came down so hard that it can't even. It's sort of one of those things that what you guys got to understand is you're never going to time the absolute top of a bull market. This is what I will say. You're never going to time the absolute top of a bull market because when it comes down hard. For instance, like just for example, we go back to 2017, right? The reason why it's not easy to time the top is this. It's not because, you know, you got to have a plan to take profits on the way up. Basically is what I'm saying. You're not going to be able to time the absolute bottom because what's going to happen is you see all these dips right here. You see this dip, you see this dip, you see this dip on the weekly. What's going to happen is Bitcoin's going to dump right here. All right, it's going to come back up. And basically, you're going to think this is just a dip. You're going to say, oh, this is just a dip. There's nothing to worry about. That's just a dip. No problem. And you're going to think it's going to go back up and just continue its trend. All right.
Can you give me some fun to look forward to? Thoughts and quick talk on KNC.
Yeah, we'll take a look at KNC. What's going to happen, guys, is you're going to have all these dips on the way up, right? And then you're going to have this dip, and you're going to be like, oh, this is just a continuation of the trend, right? You're going to have a dip, and it's just going to continue up just like it's done throughout this whole trend. One of these times, it's not going to do that. And what's going to happen is you're going to get caught here, and it's going to come back down faster than you're going to be able to sell. Okay, what's going to happen is it's going to come back down, and you're still going to be bullish, so you're not going to want to sell your coins, and it's just going to, every week, it's just going to come down, come down, come down. And before you know it, you know, when you were at 20,000, all of a sudden you're at 7,000, right? In the span of like a month, pretty damn quick. So that's why I always say, be ready to have a plan on the way up. Don't be caught at whatever it is. Let's say Bitcoin gets to 100,000, you're still holding everything, and you don't have a plan. You plan to just sell at any point. It's not always the best thing. You'll learn. I mean, a lot of you guys are probably going to do that. You're going to hold your whole portfolio as long as you can. And what I'll say from experience, from multiple experiences, even from this experience, right? In hindsight, I probably would have took some profits and bought back in at the bottom here. In hindsight, if I knew everything I know now, and I had all the indicators that I have now, in hindsight, I probably would have took some profits up here and bought back in lower. But you can't always do that, right? So just have a plan. It's basically my little rant here, okay? As always.
Rant alert.
Seriously. Will never sell my Bitcoin. Yeah, I've been thinking about that. You know, so I you guys know I hold a lot of altcoins. My thinking is right now. Here's my thinking, guys. I mean, this kind of goes on a random little tangent here. My thinking, what I think I'm going to do, and I've been sort of thinking about this, you know, as I kind of look at everything I work on, and I think I'm not going to sell my Bitcoin. And here's why. So Bitcoin's about 30% of my portfolio. Okay. Here's why I might not sell my Bitcoin, but I'll probably sell my altcoins on the way up. Here's the deal. Maybe Ethereum too. We'll see. You guys know I love Ethereum. Maybe I'll probably sell Ethereum. But here's the thing. Bitcoin, we don't know if Bitcoin can have some crazy super cycle. And I'm not going to say that's terribly likely. Okay. But if we can get some things in place, right? I still think it's possible that Bitcoin doesn't have a crazy bear market. And that might sound crazy, guys. That might sound crazy to you. But I think it's possible that Bitcoin can have a slow, gradual rise from here on out and not have some crazy bear market. And that's why I might not sell my Bitcoin. I might hold my Bitcoin, okay? I might hold my Bitcoin and just hold it forever, but sell my altcoins on the way up. My thinking with that is, I don't know, man. I've been sort of thinking about that. Like, what if Bitcoin, everyone's sort of expecting a giant bear market, and everyone's expecting a blow off top and everyone's expecting a bear market. What if Bitcoin does the opposite? What if it did like it does here and it does something a little bit different? What if Bitcoin does this? And I haven't really heard about anyone talk about this. What if Bitcoin does this? What if it comes up to like, I don't know, 90,000, okay? And then it has another little lull, right? It has a little 3-month lull, and then it kind of goes up again, right? And it kind of just does this little cycle, you know, comes back down, goes up again, and it's very slow and gradual. What if that happens, right? And then you're sort of just screwed yourself out of everything you had. That's why I might at least hold my Bitcoin and sell my altcoins on the way up. Okay, I still think that that's possible. Now, if we get a blow off top, we'll have a bear market just because you'll have retail that panic sells their coins. You know, as the price starts going down, you'll have retail that panic sells. You'll have long liquidations. You'll have a blow off top if there's a blow off top. You know, but if it goes up a little slow, a little gradually, kind of like how it did up here where it didn't have a blow off top, I could see the scenario where maybe you could have little, you know, 40-50% corrections instead of 90% corrections. Still think it's a possibility. I'm not going to say that's definitely going to happen. We'll have to play it at ear. I'm not going to predict that's going to happen, but I think it's a possibility, you know, just because the higher the market cap gets, in my opinion, I just think it's going to be harder to move the market 90% to the downside. But that's just me. Maybe people share that, maybe a possible opinion. Diehard traders won't like lowered volatility. Yeah, that's true. Completely agree. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to happen that way, but the higher the market cap gets, obviously, the lower the volatility gets. So, we'll see what happens. I still think it's likely we get a blow off top, just because that's what's happened in the past, and it's sort of a self-fulfilling prophecy where if we get a blow off top, it's just sort of likely to happen because it's happened every single time. So everyone's going to do the same thing. Everyone's going to take profits on the way up, sell on the way down. Self-fulfilling prophecy. That's probably what happens, but certainly a possibility. Let's see. I love all the shippers in the chat, man. Look at this M. Hain guy. He said, Shiba, prove you haters wrong. It's following BTC strong. This time next week, Shiba will be top 10 crypto. Hey, I wouldn't doubt it, man. I wouldn't doubt it. I've never said Shiba can't go up. I just don't like meme coins, man. But hey, if anyone wants to make money with meme coins, go ahead. And it's just, for me, it's just sort of, I don't know. If you want to own Shiba and you can make tons of money from it, go ahead. For me, for where I am right now, doesn't make sense to put a bunch of my money at risk. And it doesn't make sense for me to put a little bit of money in there for the hopes that it goes off. It's not really my cup of tea, right? I don't really need. I don't really want to put my money in something that could dump. Yeah, it could pump thousands of percent to the upside. But I also don't want to put my money in something that's going to dump 90% to the downside when I'm confident in everything else going up. For me, it doesn't make sense. But for some people that, want to try to get rich quick, which never really ends well when you try to get rich quick, just saying, guys, Shiba is probably the option for you. All right. I'll leave it at that, though. Salim said, Jordan, you're the best. Thank you for your time and knowledge. Thank you, Salim. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate you. You're always here, dude. Siller Nagy said, how you think ETF, buy the rumor, sell the news? Yes, I do think that'll be buy the rumor, sell the news. And here's why. We had a similar thing in 2017. No, here's the thing. I've also heard the rumor where, not a rumor, but people have been discussing that a futures ETF might be bad for crypto because it'll suck some of the liquidity from the spot price, which I could see that happening. It depends on what ETF we get. If we can get a normal one, sure, but if we get a futures one, I don't necessarily know if that'll be good for the market. I've actually been reading about this a lot. It depends on which one we get. I'll leave it at that. It's too early to know. I mean, crypto's crypto. ETF can come out and it could boom. Crypto's crypto. ETF could come out and it could sell the news. Who knows, man? I mean, that's like trying to predict, what the next top 10 coin will be. Oh, let's do a poll. Hold on. Have you bought SHIB in the last week? Have you bought SHIB in the last week? Yes or no in the chat.
Fantastic job today. 10 out of 10.
Thank you, Marcus. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, I don't know if you guys enjoy talking about more like the macro charts. I mean, I can do a poll on that too. Do you guys enjoy like the 1 hour charts more? Do you guys look looking at the daily and the weekly charts? I know a lot of you guys are just here to listen to me talk too, to be honest. But like I said, I want this to be an entertaining stream, and I also want it to be informational too, I actually want it to be informational. Because I might not show it all the time, but it's a lot of things I can do, and I'm gonna start doing them. I'm gonna start doing more, and coming out with more things for you guys. I don't know if you guys like the long term or the short term charts better, or both. Definitely prefer the macro. We enjoy whatever you say. Thanks, man. Well, I want to do what you guys like. I mean, you guys know I like looking at the longer term charts better. But that's just me. 30-minute chart. Long term. M. Lopez said daily. I mean, some days it makes sense to look at the daily. Some days it makes sense to look at the weekly. Some days it makes sense to look at the hourly. Today's one of those days where it doesn't really make sense to look at the short-term charts just because Bitcoin's just... it's not really in a pattern. It's just... you guys can see it here on the left. I mean... This is Bitcoin's pattern right now. I mean, it's not really doing much. It's just, it broke out of a bull flag, came back down, and now it's just riding it as support. It's not really doing much. So we're just kind of waiting for that next move on Bitcoin, and that's what we're waiting for. Like the mix. Nice, man. All right, let's see. Now, I don't know who that Mariah Monetize is, to be honest. I have no idea who that is. Mark said, thoughts on where SHIB is going the next few days? Is that a cup and handle on the 1 hour? Thoughts on SHIB is next 3 days? Is that a cup and handle? Someone said cup and handle, bro. Guys, I don't know. Look. To be honest. Someone said, "Is this a cup and handle, bro?" This is what Bob would say, dude. Bob would come on here and go, "Guys, look, it's a cup and handle. It's a cup and handle in the 4-hour chart." Let's see what the breakout target of this. So from bottom to top, let's check out what the breakout target for this cup and handle would be for SHIB. So if we put this up here, I love SHIB, guys. I love Dogecoin and SHIB. My 2 favorite charts, and I love Meatloaf and Mountain Dew. I love Meatloaf and Mountain Dew too. 74 point. I'm just gonna say 74.26. Okay, 74.26. It's about a 3x cup and handle. I don't know if you can call this a cup and handle though. I mean, it's a little bit too big. It's a big freaking cup. Like you're gonna be drinking. Hold on, I'm still Bob. I'm still Bob. You got to be. That's a big cup. Like you're gonna be filling a lot of juice in that cup. Like if you're drinking that much coffee, you're probably gonna pass out on the floor. That's a big freaking cup, and the handle's not big enough, bro. You're gonna be trying to hold that cup, and you're gonna be like, the handle's not big enough to hold the damn cup. It's too much juice. But no, kind of like I said yesterday, guys. I would not be surprised if Shiba bounced back. And we talked about this yesterday. It's actually played out pretty well for Shiba, exactly as I predicted, as I would say. I'm just kidding when I say that, guys. Hope you know. But you know, from bottom to top, what were we looking at yesterday? Hold on. We were looking at, let's see, swing high. Why is this not something's off here. Hold up, something is off. I was looking at this earlier, and I swear it was the golden pocket retracement. Swing high. Where was I looking at this from? Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't. I swear I was looking at this earlier. Maybe I'm just... I have no idea. But yeah, I mean, guys, like I said, I would not be surprised if Shiba bounces back here. It might consolidate for a couple of days and then move up. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, it's Shiba. You can't do TA on Shiba. Can't do TA on Shiba. It's going to move when it wants to move, and it's going to move when it doesn't want to move. It's damn Shiba. Pump, dump, sideways. Pump, dump. Will it go sideways and pump again? Probably. You know what I mean? The meme coins will perform well. I just don't like them. I never said meme coins can't perform. Heck, guys, the other day I bought some Ethereum Classic. Why? Because it's extremely undervalued. It's 3x lower than its high. And 2, because we know what happened to Ethereum Classic when the retail came in last time. ETH Classic did like an 18x in like a month. So I bought a pretty good amount of Ethereum Classic 2 days ago. In expectation that when the retail FOMO comes back, that it'll pump again. Why? Because it's on damn Robinhood. It's on Robinhood. It's gonna pump. It's the cheapest coin on Robinhood besides Doge. That's why. Dumb reason, but I bought ETH Classic for a very similar reason, man. Not because I like ETH Classic. I don't love ETH Classic as a project. I think it's kind of useless right now, at least. Maybe when Ethereum miners start going over to Ethereum Classic after Ethereum goes to proof of stake, maybe then it'll have a little bit more use, in my opinion. But I'm not a big ETH Classic guy. I just bought it because I think it's going to pump from Robinhood. You know, that's it. Simple as that. Simple as that. What is the use of ETH Classic though? There's no use. There's no use of ETH Classic. Pretty much. ETC is a meme coin. It is a meme coin. It absolutely is. All right, so let's see. ETH Classic's definitely not a long-term hold for me though. Maybe it'll end up being a long-term hold. I don't know. Depends where it goes. Thanks for being here overnight. Give me some fun to look forward to. Thoughts and quick TA on KNC. Let's do some KNC. Looks like not sure if Bitcoin's doing anything right now. Could be though. That's a dumb money trade. I wouldn't necessarily say that. I mean, ETC is very undervalued. Very undervalued right now. It hasn't even started to pump yet. You know what I mean? Has not even started to pump. Inside Info show hosted by Jabba and Jordan in the Arc Time. I don't know what that is. I had Classic for a long time, then I sold and pumped to the moon. Yeah, it happens sometimes, man. It happens sometimes. It is what it is. You can't win them all. You can't win them all, man. All right, so KNC. What are we doing with KNC? Well, you're not doing too much with this. What I will say is I like that you got back over the daily EMA ribbon. It's always the first step I look at the coin. Is it above or below the daily EMA ribbon? When it's above it, it's usually bullish. When it's below it, it's usually bearish. Well, just yesterday, you poked your head back above it, which is perfect. That's always the first step I like to look at. Second, I look at the RSI levels. So this one's topped out in the daily. Daily regular RSI does have some room to run. Are you at any type of resistance level here? Not necessarily, right? There's nothing really I'm looking at here that's like, all right, we're gonna necessarily be pumping down to oblivion, right? Is nothing really there. Let's see. Bring up the rectangle tool. A little rectangle tool. Yeah, so you already broke this. At least you're right at it right now. This previous high and a couple different support levels. You're like right at it. So you gotta firmly get back over this general level here. And then you could probably be looking pretty good for KNC. And I'd probably say, let's see, probably the next move. There's not much here. I mean, you could realistically get up to about this level pretty easily. 230 if this general box breaks. You can see a move up there. Just look at the stock RSI though. It doesn't necessarily have to mean anything. You can see here you went pretty much straight up here while being overbought in the daily RSI. It's an indicator I like to look at, but when you're in a super bullish trend, it tends to not be the best. So just keep that in mind, but it is overbought on the daily stock RSI. So maybe a slight pullback. If you did, I'd probably look for a move back down to like 151 if that did happen. But just be ready for both options, right? It's not about being bullish or bearish. It's about just being ready for both options and just be prepared for whatever way happens, right? We know where these coins are going. If Bitcoin moves up, all coins will move up too. It's more about opportunity cost, right? Do you want your money in this coin or do you want money in that coin, right? Because opportunity cost can be the difference between a 2x or a 5x, or not even that difference, a 2x and a 3x, right? It's a pretty big difference if it's a good amount of money. So it's more about opportunity costs and not more so, is this coin going to perform well? I'll tell you this right now, guys. If Bitcoin goes up, which I do expect it to, obviously, we kind of did the first hour of the show and why I think it's going to go up. I think you'll see pretty much every single coin. There'll obviously be outliers, but you'll see every single coin make pretty good gains. I mean, that's what we saw back earlier this year. Every coin pumped from January to April. Every single coin had a pump. But I expect to happen this time. Let's see. So we did KNC. Fantastic job today. 10 out of 10 performance. Thank you, Marcus. Appreciate you, my friend. Felipe said, you think alts will raise as much as BTC on the way up? I do think it's Bitcoin's time to shine. I've been pretty adamant about this. And it's something we looked at tons of times. Bitcoin outperforms altcoins typically from October to December. Not the whole December. It's usually like the beginning of December, right? Either the first 2 weeks of December. Bitcoin in bullish trends outperforms altcoins. And then it's usually altcoins in the second half of December and January that really move up during that time frame. Perfect example, just look at 2020. Bitcoin had a crazy move in October to November, or October to December, right? Where it went from $10,000 all the way up to about $40,000 in 3 months. Okay, so a 4x in 3 months on the biggest cap coin, not altcoin. Then after that, what did you see? Well, in January and February, and really when Bitcoin was pretty much going sideways here for the most part, that's when you saw altcoins take off, right? January, December, or sorry, January, February, March, that's when altcoins took off. It was the same thing in 2017. Bitcoin had its run from October to December, right? And then at the end of December, that's when you saw altcoins move up really, really fast. So obviously, I'm just looking at what happened in the past. That's all I have to look at. Doesn't have to happen that way. Maybe you can see altcoins outpace Bitcoin, but I do think you're going to see Bitcoin outpace altcoins generally for the next, at least next couple weeks, I think, in my opinion. Obviously, it's just my opinion. Don't take that with a don't take that with any certainty. Trust me, I want altcoins to outperform Bitcoin, and I love Bitcoin. You guys know I love Bitcoin. I want altcoins to outperform Bitcoin. Altcoins are 70% of my portfolio, but yeah, I mean, this is why I always recommend holding a good percentage of Bitcoin, because there's times where Bitcoin just freaking goes nuts against alts. A lot of times in history. Matez said sell Bitcoin. Selling Bitcoin in October has generally not been a good idea. I'll say that, man. I'll definitely say that. Just look at the past. Anything else you're saying is just an opinion. If you're going to be like alts are going to outperform Bitcoin for the rest of this year, you're just saying that based off opinion. I'm just looking at what happened in the past, and it's better than an opinion, right? It's better than an opinion. I'll say that. And it's not. I don't mean altcoins are going to dump either, guys. I do expect altcoins are still going to rise. It's just a matter of, say, Bitcoin pumps up 5% of the day, you might see altcoins pump up 3%, right? I mean, you're going to see altcoins go up too. I'm not saying altcoins are going to dump. Just altcoins won't go up as much as Bitcoin right now, in my personal opinion. Yep, in my personal opinion. George is calling for 250k BTC. I don't know, man. 250k BTC by the end of this year. I don't see that as very realistic. If it happens, I will scream to the rooftops. I don't think $250,000 BTC is realistic for the end of this year. I mean, think about that. That's kind of nuts. That's kind of nuts. I'm not gonna say it's impossible, guys. We've seen Bitcoin do crazy stuff. Trust me, if Bitcoin goes to 250,000 this year, I will be streaming from a damn island. Okay, every day. If that happens, I would be pumped. I just don't think that's realistic, and I always try to stay realistic here. I just don't see $200,000, 5x a $1 trillion asset, happening in the span of 3 months. I mean, that just sounds somewhat unrealistic to me. That's just my opinion. Not being a bear or anything. I do think Bitcoin gets over 6 figures next year. I just don't think it happens this year. Just my opinion. What's up, Drew? Plan B convinced improv? Yeah. And dude, let's think about it. You have to have $4 trillion that has to go into Bitcoin by the end of this year. I personally think Bitcoin can get to 100,000 by the end of this year. If everything goes right. I don't see 250,000 though, you know? Bruce said, "Will you do a 24-hour stream?" I'm calling it out. I'm calling it out on the 24-hour stream, man. You know what I mean? I'm calling it out on the 24-hour stream. The 12-hour stream was enough. I will do another 12-hour stream when Bitcoin breaks all-time highs, which I expect to happen. In my opinion, at least by the middle of November. I expect Bitcoin to break all-time highs at least by the middle of November. And I will do another 12-hour stream. 24 hours, we'll call it quits on the 24-hour stream. That's just it. The 12-hour stream was tough. 24-hour stream, I think I would literally pass out. You know, it's not gonna happen. I would try, but I just know it's not gonna happen. When Duck says, "Forget your hairline. BTC moves like your beard line. Goes up from one end sideways, then goes down on the right of your lip." Goes up and sideways. Yep. My beard line, man. Pretty good. Goes up from one end, sideways, then goes down to the right of your lip. Yep, that's true. It's very true, Winduck. What's up, Drew? Appreciate you, my man. Appreciate you, my man. 250,000 BTC doesn't sound legit, but $1 SHIB is. Yeah, man. Stream from the moon. Seriously. All right. Thank you, Winduck, for commenting on my beard line, man. One is pumping to price discovery. Is it still pumping, guys? Let's check out Harmony 1 real quick. Harmony 1. Yep, it's going up again, man. Here you go. Just for you guys. Party. Let's freaking go. Harmony 1. Continue to make us some gains, boys. Making us some gains. Let's freaking get it. No, but I'm glad something's going up today. I mean, once again, a pretty boring day. Pretty boring day in the land of crypto. But yeah, man, you're gonna have all the shippers saying it wasn't a boring day. Shib whip, shib pump today. But no, in all seriousness. It wasn't a pretty boring day overall. No, but Harmony, looks like you broke your high. So let's actually take our fib extension tool now, right? Take our fibs, our good old fibs. Let's go from top to bottom and see what we're looking at for these next targets, right? The 1.618 is sitting right here at 33.3 cents. That could be your next target for Harmony. 33.3 cents, guys. That could be it. You know what I mean? What's up, Star Crypto? Thank you for keeping it real. I got you, bro. You guys know me. I'm a bull, right? So the things I'm going to look at, I'm typically going to be bullish on. If there's bearish stuff in the chat, I will comment on it. I'll give you my thoughts. Just like we talked about the wedge today, right? This possible wedge. We'll continue to look at this. We'll continue to update this to see if it does play out, right? I mean, it's always a possibility. Just because something's bearish, we can't just go, oh, it's not a possibility. We'll continue to look at it. Do I think it plays out? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because I don't think charts are 100% of what's happening right now. There's a lot of things happening. Huge supply crunch. On on-chain metrics. Man, whales have been accumulating for months as price dropped. You're going to see the price catch up to where it should be. And I think that's what it's doing the last couple of weeks, catching up to where it should be at this point, which I think is a lot higher than it is now. But we'll obviously continue to look at that stuff. I appreciate you, man. What's your thoughts on ZIL? I used to be a big ZIL guy. I used to own actually a good amount of ZIL. I don't anymore. It's one of those coins where I kind of just consolidated. So you guys probably know, I told a lot of you guys of this. I mean, there's a lot of coins that I held last year that I consolidated into ETH at a pretty good time. It was like, it doesn't always end up this way, but it usually, I was looking at a lot of like the Ethereum, the Ethereum ratios, because you guys know I'm a big ETH guy. So, I was looking at the Ethereum XLM, Ethereum XRP, Ethereum ZIL, Ethereum Tezos. I was looking at a lot of these a lot of coins that I owned back last year. A lot of these valuations, and I was looking at them, and I was like, it doesn't make any sense for me to hold these coins. I'm gonna move into ETH. ETH performed pretty well. Ended up working out for me. Doesn't always end up working that way. Right? I mean, there's a lot of times you can move from coin to coin and it doesn't work out. But I do like ZIL. I like the project. In a nutshell, I like the project, but definitely want to see some better gains coming out of it. But I do think you're going to see it eventually. I do like ZIL, and I have owned it in the past. I don't own it at the current moment, but that's a different story, right? Two things I'm watching for ZIL. This downtrend of resistance. You can get up to it, perfect. You're good to go. Second thing I'm watching here. is this little right here. You got sort of this a little awkward, but actually just adjust that. A little awkward, but it's a little bit downwards channel. See the downward channel. You could actually argue that you were in a wedge and you broke out, which I think is actually more accurate. This wedge right here. Right, sort of some wedge. You broke out of it. I still think you're going to hit your target out of this, which is all the way up here at 13.5 cents, which you guys know these wedges have been playing out. Like, these wedges are really, really good. Now, it is an altcoin, right? So it depends a lot, largely on what Bitcoin does at the end of the day, but I still expect this to hit. I am a fan of ZIL. What I'd watch for, though, is, obviously, you want to break this resistance line here. If you break this resistance line, you're good to go. Just watch it. I mean, it's been what's holding you back. Just like how Bitcoin had to break that resistance line we looked at a couple of days ago, ZIL has to do the same thing. ZIL has to do the same thing. So, ZIL could potentially be making like some giant inverse head and shoulders pattern too. And I usually don't. It's sort of ugly. If you cut off the wicks here, left shoulder, left shoulder head, and a possible right shoulder forming here. You can break this, break the neckline up here. Could have a nice little reversal pattern too. That's obviously predicting a little bit into the future, but I do like ZIL. This is nuts. What's nuts? What's nuts, Keith? Keith, what's nuts, man? I always gotta know what Keith, my boy Keith in the chat's going. DJ said no hype. Keith, what's nuts, man? I gotta know what's. I'm when I see interesting stuff like that in the chat, I gotta ask, what is nuts? Oh, let's look at this poll real quick. By the way, this poll is: have you bought SHIB in the last week? Only 28% said yes. Wow, I am actually shocked. I shouldn't be. Why should I not be? Because most people watch my stream, post every day and know I don't like SHIB. Like I said, yeah, there's nothing wrong with owning SHIB. Just be careful with it, right? Make sure you're taking profits at the right times. And why I don't recommend people buying meme coins, it's not because I don't think they're going to go up. It's not because I don't necessarily think it's not going to go up, right? What I will say is I do think meme coins will go up. It's more so just I don't trust people to take profits when they should. If everyone could take profits when they should, life would be perfect. The problem with a lot of people is they're going to buy the meme coins, they're going to pump, okay, and then they're going to come down just as hard as they went up, okay, and then a lot of people will be caught, holding the bag, and it's not always a good thing. So there's nothing wrong with meme coins. Just make sure you have a plan to get out of said meme coin, right? Follow Jordan or go. What's up, Vincent? Mamba said just got here. FTM. Hold on, I gotta see what Keith said. It's crazy in the chat. I don't see Keezy. Yeah, guys, if you guys could like the stream, man. Like the stream. Definitely helps out the stream. Get it out to more peeps. And I appreciate you. I definitely appreciate you. That would be awesome if you could do that for me. And yeah. That's all I gotta say. Also, guys, keep following me on Twitter, man. We gotta get those Twitter followers up. I want to start bringing more content over to Twitter. You guys know I'm not a big fan of social media, but I want to start doing it. Posting more charts and my thoughts over here on Twitter. So make sure you go follow me over there. Let's get this up to 4,000 followers. Yeah. Gotta get the Twitter game up. The Twitter crypto game. You guys know I'm not a big fan of that stuff, though. All right, so let's look at FTM. Bitcoin's just doing Bitcoin things, man. Bitcoin is doing Bitcoin things. And also, guys, join the Discord. It's pinned to the top of the chat. It's also in the description. Join the Discord. I usually hang out in there for a few hours after the stream every single night. We post GIFs. We have fun. We talk some crypto. We talk about pizza. We talk about sushi. We talk about phones. No, we don't actually talk about phones. But yeah, go join in there. All right, so FTM. Holy moly. Holy moly. Oh, you guys remember when I sang that song? I was like, on the first day of Christmas, Bitcoin gave to me. No, it was on the sixth daily green candle. I forget what it was. It was like, on the sixth green candle, Bitcoin gave to me. I forget what the rest of the saying was. But remember we had like 11 days in a row it was green for Bitcoin? All right, FTM. Well, yeah, I mean, you're going off again. You're in price discovery again. Are we really surprised? Let's look at top to bottom. Let's do a little pump song for you. We're right at the 1.618, so this could be a possible reversal area, by the way. But let's get a pump song in the chat. Just watching said just watching said, Jordan, do you have a social life? I really don't, man. Here's what I'll tell you. I do go out on Friday nights after the stream sometimes. It's Friday today. I'm probably not going out tonight. And then I do stuff during the day too. I do stuff in the day. I'll go on I mean, when I'll go out with drinks sometimes with friends. I'll go out drinks sometimes with family. I'm more of a dayer going out because I do stream every night, right? So I enjoy doing that. So I do stuff during the day. Why you don't really find me around these parts during the day, really anymore. Because I try to enjoy my day, and then I work at night mostly. And then what is it? You know, the girls that actually do like me. There's not many girls that like me. Not a lot of girls find me sexy because I'm not bald yet. Once I get bald, girls will think I'm sexy. But the girls that do like me, which is very few and far between. Yeah, probably 1 in 100 girls actually like me. But those ones, yeah, we'll go on coffee dates and things like that. Just kidding. We don't go on coffee dates. You guys know. From the old days, you know, I took that red pill. No coffee dates. Jordan isn't a trader. Yeah, I'm not really a trader. Seriously. You hanging out with us, boss? Exactly, dude. Exactly. I don't really go out during the nighttime anymore. I'm not really. I used to be a pretty big partier. I used to go out into like bars and clubs all the freaking time, man. And now I'm just investing in crypto, you know, and then, you know, preparing my life for the rest of my life. So I don't really go out to bars and clubs at night anymore. Jordan's girlfriend. Speedway date. The Green Green did us and only bad dates. Man. Speaking of which, I just got a paragraph on stream. A paragraph. You know it's not good when you see it when you see a giant paragraph here. When you see a giant paragraph. All right. Let's see. I find you sexy, not bald too. Thank you, Aaron. I appreciate it. No, not many people don't like me bald. Not many people don't like me bald. All right. When Duck said, bro, BTC goes up from one side of your chin, sideways under your nose, then down again. That's what I meant to say. I messed up the joke. Wait, goes up from one side of your chin, sideways, under your nose, and down again. Yeah. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. You guys want to see me with no beard, by the way, as we watch Bitcoin do a crab market? Let me do my crab market dance real quick. It's the crab market. It's the crab market. It's the crab market. It's every day on stream. It's better than watching paint dry. I'd rather watch paint dry than watch the Bitcoin charts during Jordan's stream. And I'm a crab. Paint drying is better than Jordan's stream. No, in all seriousness. You guys want to see me with no beard? It's actually kind of freaky. If you guys haven't seen me with no beard before, here you go. I look like I'm 12. I look like I'm 12. Alright, who do I look like right now? Hold up. Who do I look like right now, guys? Who do I look like? You guys know what I'm talking about. There you go. Who do I look like, guys? Today, we're going to look at Bitcoin and the weekly support band for the 10th video in a row. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I love Ben Cowan. I love Ben Cowan. I'm just kidding, bro. I actually love Ben. You guys know that. I was talking about him earlier. I had to do it, though. We're going to talk about the weekly support band for the 10th video in a row. Oh, man. All right. Let's see. All right. Up church. Nice, bro. That's pretty cool. You like Gary Geltzer? The dubious speculation. When Duck said Lambo equals more girls. XRP if you don't like it. XRP, man. Lambo equals more girls. No Lambo for me, man. I'm not a Lambo guy. If I do get a nice car, first for me, I'm getting a house. I'm going to be getting a house as soon as this freaking housing market drops, bro. I'm going to be buying a house. That's first on my list. And then I'm not a big like sports car guy. If I'm going to get a nice car, it's going to be a truck. I like the Ford Raptors. I like the Raptor. I'm definitely more of a truck guy than a Lambo guy. It's just not it's not really my personality. I don't know. Can you guys see me driving a Lambo? I could see myself trying a Lambo, but it's not on my wish list right now. I have obviously other priorities than buying a Lamborghini. You know what I mean? All right, so XRP. Let's see. So yeah, I mean, you broke out of the wedge like for typically a bunch of other coins. Okay, a bunch of other coins. You broke to the upside. Just like we looked at 10 other coins that broke out of these wedges already. I expect you to come up here, and you guys know I'm not a big XRP guy, but I expect it to. I always got to throw that jab in there. Always got to throw the jab in there. But yeah, 140 is probably my target if that does break up to that level. And then, yeah, man, I mean, that's the target. That's the target. You're just sort of waiting. You're waiting. Altcoins are all just sort of waiting. Waiting, man. You know, Lion shirt with a Lambo. Yeah, seriously. Raptor's nice, but the ride is rough. Yeah, I've driven a few Raptors before. I like them, but yeah, you're definitely right. You're definitely right. But yeah, I expect this to move up. It's just altcoins. Like I said, guys, I expect Bitcoin to lead the way here. I'm not going to say altcoins are going to not move up. I do think altcoins will move up. If I didn't think so, I'd move everything into Bitcoin, which I haven't. But yeah, you sort of just you're seeing certain altcoins move. There's some that are moving. Then there's a lot of the high cap ones, you know, might not move right now though. You know, it's just kind of how it is. XRP is not going to move, in my opinion, until everything gets settled with you know, the big boys over there. I think it's just going to sort of chill. It'll go up, but it's not going to have blast off until everything gets settled, if you know what I mean. Nicest ride. Yeah. 2023 Toyota Tundra. I haven't seen the new. Is it nice? The new Tundra. I'm a big. I like bigger cars. I'm not a big sports car. I like sports. Don't get me wrong. If I was a billionaire and just had a bunch of extra money, sure. But you know, I'm not a freaking billionaire. You know, not a billionaire. I'd get a Lambo if I was a billionaire, but it's obviously not a priority of mine. Not a priority of mine at all. I'd rather, like, say, if I buy a house and then I have an option to get, you know, a Lamborghini or to buy another property, you know, an investment property to rent out, I'd definitely rather buy an investment property to rent out than get a sports car. Because at the end of the day, what are you getting a sports car for? To impress people? Do I care about impressing people? No, I don't. Clearly. I mean, I hop on here with Bob, and if I wanted to impress people, I wouldn't hop on here with Bob and freaking Jabba, right? I mean, let's be honest. You know what I mean? It's not really my personality. The first thing you notice when you visit the US, first time, are the truck, big truck everywhere. That's true. That's true. Shane knows what's up. Toyota TRD. All right, let's what time is it? 9 o'clock. Damn, look at, guys. I'm telling you, I don't make this up. What is this date? We gotta keep track of these days of Bitcoin crabbing days. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna keep a tally here. I think we are on day number 5 for Bitcoin crab stream. I'm pretty sure we're on day number 5. You know, we're gonna take a tally here. I'm gonna put it right here. We're gonna say crab days, and we're gonna do some Roman numerals here. Can I even do Roman numerals? I don't think I can. Come on, man. Why am I putting a bunch of text boxes on there? Come on, TradingView. All right, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna do crab days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're on crab days number 5. I feel like we're trapped on an island. Crab days number 5 on stream. It's nuts. It's nuts. Bitcoin's pumped like $10,000 in the last week. None of it's been on stream. Yep. BNB's 420 again. It's always 420. It's like a stable coin at 420. It really is. Loves being at 420. It's like its swing level is 420. Resistance, resistance, support, resistance, 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 resistance. 9 p.m. Friday. Buy Doge. Jabba needs you. Man, not even SHIB is moving right now. Not even SHIB, guys. It's nuts. All right. I might end the stream kind of early today, just because there's not much going on. It's Friday night. I'm not doing anything, but I'll be hanging out in the Discord though. I'm just gonna probably watch a movie or maybe see if there's anyone who you know. I'm not going anywhere. It doesn't mean I'm not. If you know what I mean. But yeah, I'm gonna go hang out in here, and yeah, I'll be in the Discord though, guys. Make sure you guys follow the Discord. Links in the description and in the chat. And also go follow me on Twitter again. Go follow me on Twitter. We gotta hit 4,000 followers, man. 4,000 followers. All right, seriously, hit up that like button before you go. Appreciate all you guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Member stream in the morning. Let's call it 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to give you guys a little bit more time tomorrow morning. 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Be there or be square. if you remember, 10:30. We'll talk a bunch of stuff tomorrow. And yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow at 7 if I don't see you. That was he doesn't want to hang with us. It's not that. It's just duty, guys. Duty calls. Okay? Duty calls. When duty calls, you know what's got you know when duty calls. It's Friday night. Duty calls. Okay? Discord links in the description. Bart. We got Bart Simpson in the chat. All right. I'm out, guys. Take it easy. See you guys tomorrow in the morning. If I don't see you tomorrow morning, I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right. Peace out, guys. You guys need a Discord link? Hold on, I got you the Discord link. Let me get you a Discord link, guys. If you need a Discord link, I got you. There you go. Paste. Discord link in the chat, guys. Discord link in the chat. There you go. Boom. Boom. Discord link in the chat. There you go. All right. I'll see you guys later. Peace.